Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching this video, this is KR Bhardwaj. I always welcome you to my YouTube channel, Font of English Education. This is the third session of Basic to Advanced Grammar series. In the very last session, we learned about types of sentences. There are many types of sentences. We have categorized them into four categories. First category and second category we learned in the last session. Today we will learn about third and fourth categories types of sentences. According to the third category, we have 7 types of sentences: simple sentences, tense sentences, passive voice sentences, modal verb sentences, imperative sentences, causative verb sentences, and direct and indirect sentences. My dear friends, before teaching about this, I would love to tell you something. These topics are very lengthy, so it's impossible to cover all these topics in a video, in a session. So today I would love to give you an overview of all these topics. So let's start with simple sentences. Simple sentences, no action. A simple sentence doesn't show action or doesn't express any action. So it shows state of being. I will make you understand in each and everything what is state of being, etc., and tense action, action, how, or tense sentence, and passive voice sentence, modal verb sentence, what are they, these type of sentences. I will make you understand in further videos thoroughly. So simple sentences shows a simple sentence doesn't show any kinds of action. Subject doesn't do anything. Subject doesn't show any action in simple sentence. I have a car. She has 4 brothers. Here subject doesn't do anything. I have a car. She subject doesn't do anything. She has 4 brothers. They are present. They were absent. He is at home. She was at home. Okay, so these are simple sentences. When we talk about tense sentences, a tense sentence indicates us about time and action. They are playing cricket. They is subject, so they are playing. Subject shows action over here. They are playing cricket. Rahul sings a song. So Rahul is subject, it's doer. They is subject, it's doer. It's a doer. In passive voice sentence. So my dear friends, point to be noted. In active sense, subject is doer. When we talk about passive voice sentence, subject is not doer. Subject is a receiver. In passive voice sentences. So cricket is being played by them. This sentence, active sentence, and can we change? Can we return in passive voice this way? Cricket is being played by them. Rahul sings a song. Can we return? Can we change? Okay. When we change active sentence into passive sentence, so we write this: a song is sang by Rahul. Here subject is cricket. It's receiver, not doer. Here in this sentence, subject is a song. It's a receiver, not a doer. When we talk about modal verb sentences, there are many modal verbs: shall, will, may, might, can, could, should, would, ought to, etc. Modal verbs express moods. I will teach you each and everything in modal verb when we learn about it. You should read this book. I can speak English. You can speak English. She may speak English. You can do it. So these are modal verb sentences. When we talk about imperative sentences, we learned about it in the very last section. An imperative sentence expresses suggestion, advice, command, order, etc. Causative verb sentences. Causative verb sentences, I made the students write an essay. Here, a causative sentences is written when a person causes another person to do something. I repeat, A person causes another person to do something. Here I is subject. It causes the students to write an essay. I causes the student write an essay. I will make you understand in the next slide. Causative sentence. This causative sentence can be written in 6 ways. Causative sentence, causative verb sentence can be said in 6 ways. I will make you understand in the next slide. When we talk about direct and indirect sentences, this is a direct sentence. This is an indirect sentence. When we change a direct sentence into an indirect sentence, we have to make some changes. We have to first remove comma, inverted comma. We remove comma, inverted comma and write that in place of them. And second, we change tenses. Past, present tense in past, past tense in past perfect. So these type of changes, I will make you understand each and everything, but today I would love to give you an overview of these type of sentences. So here, will has been changed into would. Tomorrow has been changed in the next day. Okay, into next day. We make change adverb of time and adverb of places. Tomorrow, the next day, yesterday, the previous day. We write will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might. We change all these things. Past tense in past we change past tense into past perfect tense. Present tense into past tense. We write all these things. We change. You can take a screenshot. We will learn about it about in the next slide about causative verb sentences. Causative verb sentences. There are many causative verbs in English. Have, make, get, allow, permit, etc. etc. But these 3 causative verbs are main causative verbs in English. Have, get and make. As I mentioned before, causative verbs sentences are used when a person causes another person to do something. A causative sentence can be written in 6 ways. These are 6 ways. 3 active ways, 3 passive ways. So here, I had the students write an essay. I got the students to write an essay. I made the students to write an essay. These 3 are active structures. These 3 structures are active. When we talk about passive, these 3 are passive structures. I had an essay written by the students. With get, I got an essay written by the students. With make, the students were made to write an essay by me. These are passive structures. So I hope you have understood. So I will make a video separately about these structure, passive voice and active structure. It is called causative verb sentences. In the next slide, we will learn about clause. What about 4th category of sentences? Compound and complex sentences. Before learning about compound and complex sentences, we should have knowledge about clauses. So that's why in the next slide, we will learn about clauses. What is a clause? Clause, a group of words that contains a subject or a verb, is called a clause. It's a part of a longer sentence. Sometimes clauses can stand alone, some clauses cannot stand alone. We have 2 basic types of clauses in English. Independent clause. It is also known as a main clause or principal clause. And second is dependent clause. It is also known as a subordinate clause. Guys, point to be noted, we have only 2 types of clauses. An independent clause can stand alone. It has complete sense. When we talk about a dependent clause, a dependent clause can't stand alone. It doesn't have complete sense. I go to the market. It's an independent clause. This sentence has complete sense. It can stand alone. Sheetal reads. Complete sense. A complete sentence. An independent clause. We play. Complete sentence. A complete sense. It can stand alone. An independent clause. I can drive a car and Rakesh can ride a bike. This sentence has two clauses, two independent clauses. First, I can drive a car, and second, Rakesh can ride a bike. When we talk about independent clause, as I mentioned before, it cannot stand alone. It doesn't have complete sense. It begins with subordinate conjunction. Because, whom, before, etc. etc. These are subordinate conjunctions. We missed our train. This is we missed our train. This is an independent clause. Because we were late. Because we were late. This is a dependent clause. Because is subordinate conjunction. Because we were late. Incomplete sentence. Why we were late? We have to tell. We have to give a reason. We missed our train because we were late. Complete sentence. He is talking to the boy is an independent clause. Whom subordinate conjunction. Whom he met in the market. Dependent clause. Okay? Incomplete sentence and sense. So when we combine subordinate conjunction, subordinate clause with dependent clause, we make a complete sentence. He is talking to the boy whom he met in the market. Sheetal reads. An independent clause. Complete sentence, complete sense. Before subordinate conjunction, she goes to school. Before she goes to school, what does she do before going to school? So we have to ask question. So it gives us dependent clause gives us incomplete sentence. It can't stand alone. Sheetal reads before she goes to sleep. Complete sentence. My dear friends, dependent clause. Dependent clause has three parts. Three clauses: noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. We will learn about it step by step. A noun clause. A noun clause is a dependent clause, but the entire clause acts as a single noun. Point to be noted. The entire clause acts as a single noun. Many clauses begin with what, that, which, how, who, etc. When we ask questions to an independent clause, we get answers. What, that, who, which, how, etc. She said that she would read the book. She said that she would read the book. She said is an independent clause. That is conjunction. She said would read the book. That she would read the book is a noun clause. The entire part of the sentence is a noun clause. So it begins with that. What an answer? We get answer. What she said. What did she say? What did she say? She said that she would read the book. Second, I like who you are. I like you are. I like who. It begins with who. and you are the entire is conjunction, who is conjunction, and who you are is a noun clause. Here is an important tip. My dear friends, most of students are confused. So here we can replace but the entire clause but the entire clause acts as a single noun. Here we can replace this entire clause, okay, or noun clause with noun and pronoun. I like her. I'm so sorry, let me write. I like her. I like him. I like Sanjay. I like Rohan. I like Rahul. We can replace a single noun instead of a noun clause. We knew how it broke. What? Okay. How it starts. Who? We knew how it broke. We knew Rahul. We knew Rohan. We knew Sanjay. Sheetal. We can replace a single noun for the entire clause. Here, how is conjunction? It broke. Entire part is a noun clause. An adjective clause. An adjective clause works as an adjective in a sentence. It begins with who, which, whom, whose, where, that, and of which. It is placed after the antecedent. What is an antecedent? Boys. In this sentence, boys, okay, is antecedent. Shimla is an antecedent. Laptop is an antecedent in this sentence. Pen is an antecedent in this sentence. These boys who focused on their studies sincerely passed the exam. These boy is an antecedent who focused on their studies sincerely. This is relative clause. Relative clause and adjective clause both are same. I live in Shimla. Shimla is an antecedent where I was born and spent my childhood. So here, Shimla is antecedent where I was born and where I spent my childhood. Where I is hidden in this sentence. We can write where I was born and where I spent my childhood. So here, where I was born, it's an adjective clause, relative clause. So, and where, same, Shimla, where I spent my childhood. So it's also an adjective clause. Okay, where is the laptop? Where is the laptop which is not working properly? So where is the laptop? Laptop is an antecedent which is not working properly. The entire part of the sentence is an adjective clause, relative clause. He has a pen that my brother had gifted him. So we can say when he was, when he was a kid. We have to write when he was a kid. When he was a kid. Here, pen is an antecedent that my brother had gifted him. So it's that my brother had gifted him. It's an adjective clause, relative clause. An adverb clause. An adverb clause works as an adverb in a sentence. It modifies a verb, an adjective, and another adverb. It begins with subordinate conjunctions. Subordinate conjunction adds after, even though, although, because, since, etc. It helps to answer when, where, why, and how, etc. etc. I I know where you are going. Here, where you are going is an adverbial clause. Adverbial clause can be replaced from its place. Most of students, point to be noted my dear friends, most of students are confused with adverbial phrase, adverbial clause and adjective clause. Because an adjective clause also begins with when, where, why and how, etc. So they are confused. Point to be noted, an adjective clause cannot be replaced, cannot be removed from its place. Whereas an adverbial clause can be removed, can be changed from its place, can be removed from its place. Here, I know where you are going. I know where you are going. Where you are going is an adverbial clause. So here it has been written by the end of the sentence. Here, where you are going, comma, I know. Okay, at the beginning of the sentence. Here, I, comma, where you are going, and comma, no. At the where you are going, adverbial place has been written in the middle of the sentence. All the sentences, 1, 2, 3, all the sentences are 100% right. This sentence, I mean, an adverbial clause can be removed from its place. I ran because I afraid. This sentence can be written this because I was afraid is an adverbial clause. This sentence can be written because I was afraid, comma, I ran. He went to the market since he wanted to purchase clothes. Since he wanted to purchase clothes is an adverbial clause. This sentence can be written second way. Since he wanted to purchase clothes. This is an adverbial clause. He went to the market. What about third way? Third sentence of this and this. These two sentences are homework for you. Now we have understood about clauses. Now we are able to understand the sentences of fourth category. Simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, etc. etc. We will learn in the next slide. According to the fourth category, we have only three types of sentences. Simple sentences, compound sentences and complex sentences. Let's start from simple sentences. A simple sentence has only one independent clause. A principal clause, a main clause. For example, he has 4 brothers. It's an independent clause. It's a simple sentence. As you know, an independent clause or principal clause can stand alone. I got the mechanic to repair my car. This is a simple sentence. So my dear friends, don't be confused with the simple sentences of third category and fourth category. Both are different. According to the third category, we have 7 types of sentences, whereas according to the fourth category, we have 3 types of sentences. The third category is different, fourth category is different. I got a mechanic to repair my car. According to the first category, this is an assertive sentence, a declarative sentence. According to the second category, it's a affirmative sentence, a positive sentence. According to the third category, it's a causative verb sentence. According to the fourth category, it's a simple sentence. What was she doing yesterday? According to the first category, it's an interrogative sentence. According to the second category, it's also an interrogative sentence. According to the third category, it's a tense sentence. According to the fourth category, it's a simple sentence. I like coffee and Sheetal likes tea. This sentence has two clauses. I like coffee, an independent clause, and conjunction, coordinate conjunction. Sheetal likes tea. It's also an independent clause. This sentence has two clauses. So is it a simple sentence or not? No, it's not a simple sentence. So which type of sentence is it? It's a compound sentence. We will learn about compound sentences in the next slide. Compound sentences. A compound sentence has at least two independent clauses joined together by subordinate conjunctions and commas. Fan voice conjunctions. What do I mean by that? Fan voice. Fan voice. F stands for and A stands for and stands for nor, and B stands for but, O stands for or, Y stands for at, S stands for so. These are fan voice conjunctions. Structures: independent clause plus coordinate conjunction. Fan voice conjunctions, we can write comma and plus independent clause again. For example, I went there and I met him. This is a compound sentence. It has two clauses. It has two independent clauses. First, I went there, and is coordinate conjunction. I met him. It is also an independent clause. I like coffee, but Sheetal likes tea. This is a compound sentence. It has two independent clause. I like coffee, but is coordinate conjunction. Sheetal likes tea. The second clause, independent clause. I like coffee, semicolon, Sheetal likes tea. This sentence can be written. I like coffee. We can remove coordinate conjunction, but we can write semicolon. We can use semicolon instead of but. Sheetal likes tea. I went outside and I picked flowers. I went there is an independent clause and coordination. I picked flowers is also an independent clause. It has also two clauses, independent clauses. This sentence can be written. I went outside and picked flowers. Both the ways are 100% right. In the next slide, we will learn about complex sentences. Complex sentences. A complex sentence has at least one independent clause and at least one dependent clause, joined together by subordinate conjunction. Structure: independent clause plus subordinate conjunction plus dependent clause. For example, I went there when she was singing a song. Here, I went there is an independent clause. When she was singing a song, it's a dependent clause. When is subordinate conjunction. Subordinate conjunction plus subordinate conjunction. We start a dependent clause with subordinate conjunction. It's a complex sentence. It has two clauses. First, independent clause and second, dependent clause. This sentence can be written. When she was singing a song, I went there. We can swap some clauses. When she was singing a song is a dependent clause, and after that comma. Guys, point to be noted. When we swap clauses, so we have to use comma. Comma, after that, I went there is an independent clause. He called me up is an independent clause, subordinate conjunction. When when he reached home is a dependent clause. It's a complex sentence. I should buy a guitar since I am fond of music. We can swap this. Since I am fond of music, I am fond of music, and after that comma, I should buy a guitar. I went there when she was singing a song and I met him. So what do you think about which type of sentence is this? In a simple sentence, we have only one clause. In a compound sentence, we have two independent clauses. When we talk about complex sentence, we have two clauses, one independent and second one dependent clause. But here in this sentence there are three clauses. First is independent clause. I went there. After that, when she was singing a song, it's a dependent clause. And conjunction, coordinate conjunction, I met her, it's also an independent clause. It has three clauses. So which type of sentence is it? It is called compound complex sentence, mixed sentence. We can make a compound complex sentence, mixed sentence with the help of compound and complex sentence. Here in this sentence, so compound and complex sentence, mixed sentence can be formed. It should have at least two independent clauses and one independent clause. Here two independent clauses. First is I went there and I met her. And second, it's when she was singing a song, it's a dependent clause. My dear friends, point to be noted here. I went there is a principal clause, main clause, and independent clause. So every sentence has at least one independent clause, a principal clause, main clause. It could be simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. Every type of sentence has at least one principal clause, main clause. Finishing this video over here, I would love to see you in the next video. From next video, we will start parts of speech. From tomorrow, we start learning about noun. So I'm looking forward to meeting you in the next session. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Have fun.